Hello, beautiful souls. It's Lisa Driver. And if you want to know what imposter syndrome is, today's video is going to tell you all about it and a few ways that you can overcome it. So what is imposter syndrome? Well, imposter syndrome is simply the emotions or the feelings that you are not enough. It's those question marks. Who am I to be great? Who am I to succeed? Who am I to have all of my dreams come true? That insecurity, that self-doubt, that self-criticism, and that inner critic that plays tricks on our minds when we really start to build momentum and work with the divine flow and that divine feminine power that all of us beautiful women have. Now, when I work with women, especially business women in the spiritual sector, imposter syndrome is running rampant. And this is usually because most of us women are here to heal ancestral patterns. Imposter syndrome that has us asking about our worth and about our value and about whether or not we deserve something almost always stems from a generational pattern of lack. So those ideas from our grandparents or our moms or our grandmas or our great grandmas that told us you are only allowed this much, or you are only allowed to be these things, or you're only allowed to do so much. Now tell me if that rings true for you, because I think personally that all of us here in this generation and the next are here to transform and heal those patterns. We are here to say, no, we are made for more. Now, here's my one caveat, and the one thing I love to stress when I'm taking you from feeling not enough to soul full. And that is that doesn't mean you have to do it all and be it all and reach this epitome, this standard that society has set where you have to have the perfect job and the perfect husband and the white picket fence and you have to always look composed. No. That's not what I'm saying. Living a soulful life and overcoming that imposter syndrome, and yes, living an abundant life where riches do flow to you and you can create a life where you live in a beautiful home and have beautiful, loving family and relationships with friends and colleagues, comes from a place of honesty, integrity, vulnerability, and being real. And that's going to include some of those not so great times. I mean, you're human. That's what it's all about. So please do not get me wrong. Once you overcome your imposter syndrome, that does not mean you're free and clear and going to live a glorious, abundant life surrounded by, palm trees and millions and servants and, whatever, people feeding you grapes off a silver platter. That's not how it's going to go. I mean, maybe that'll be part of it, but you're still going to experience loss. And you're still probably going to have some struggles and some setbacks. And the other thing about overcoming imposter syndrome and really starting to work on your worth and to feel enough in your skin is that it's kind of a constant thing. It's like you didn't learn this overnight, so you're not going to unlearn it overnight. But what I want to do with my coaching is really help you to take some big leaps to the point where you have the courage to keep moving forward. That's the kicker. Because I think what happens with imposter syndrome is we get so stuck in the fear of what if, and I'm not worthy, and what if I put myself out there and people don't accept me, or I'm not loved, or I'm rejected, or I'm judged, or, right? Tell me what some of those fears are, what they look like for you. And we get that imposter syndrome and that critic, and it tells us all these lies that we start to believe, and it limits us from doing anything, from taking any action, from taking that next best step. And that's really all the divine is asking for you, from you, for you, right? They want to do that co-creation with you, for you, to help you get in that flow. But you have to take a step as well. You can't dance with the universe if you refuse to move your feet. Okay? That's the quote of the week. You can't dance with the universe if you refuse to move your feet. Just came through me. It's amazing. Genius. I love it. So how are you taking action? How can you move through imposter syndrome? Well, I shared an exercise in the last video that's super helpful, and that's one of gratitude. Because I think too often when we're getting stuck in imposter syndrome, it's because we're worried about the how, or we're worried about the outcome, or we're worried about not enough. We're focused on what we don't have. And in my last video, I talked a lot about focusing on what you do. Creating that gratitude list and looking around you at all the places and the people and the things and the opportunities and the emotions that fill your heart up. And as you reframe that, you really get into a space of abundance and of seeing the beauty in the world around you. And that gives you the courage and the confidence to move forward. Now, I'm going to be pulling some cards here in a minute, but I also really want to let you guys know I'm so excited. I'm doing my first event in years on October 16th. Check out lisadriver.com for the details and to get your tickets. But before you pay for them, make sure you're on my email list or my Soulful Sisterhood page, because I'm going to be giving you guys a huge, huge discount. So instead of $88 a ticket, you're going to be paying $33 for this first one. And I'm so excited to do this because it's my first event back. And, I want to make sure the technology is going to work and that it's going to be exactly what you guys need. And I also just want to express gratitude for you guys for being so patient with me as I've kind of got my feet back under me. Now, Autumn is officially 3 and Zoe's officially 5, and I have a little bit more time. So make sure you're part of my email list and my Soulful Sisterhood, because that October 16th event is going to be fire. It's going to be amazing. 1 to 4 Mountain Standard Time on the Saturday afternoon. Now, if you cannot make it, but you still want to be part of it, I'm going to be doing something really cool on my Soulful Sisterhood page where I'm going to be opening it up to people who need a little bit of guidance or have questions. And then I'm going to be picking a couple of those to also coach live during the event. And then when you watch the replay, you will get that coaching as you watch the replay. So be sure to check it out, even if you can't join us live. And then, of course, those of you that join us live, I'm going to be picking a handful of 1 or 2 of you guys to coach live, to flip some cards for. And we're going to be talking all things angels and intuition from my first book, Opening Up. So one of the things I talk about in Opening Up is how much I love oracle cards. I talked about it last week. They really amplify the situation. I'm sure we're going to see some cohesive messages with what we've been talking about. And this is a deck by Diana Cooper, the Archangel Animal deck. I just pulled these at random. I have about 70 decks, and I just kind of pick the one that we, sorry, I looked at the bottom card, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I pick whichever ones we need. I always intend it. And speaking of, which one are you drawn to? This guy, both? I'm gonna start with this one. Upside down eagle. Oh my gosh. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that eagles are a big sign to me from my father. And they bring that wisdom and they bring that higher perspective of what really matters and what's really important. And this is the big thing I love to teach, because yes, I want to coach you through your abundance blocks. And yes, I want you to manifest more money and make more money. And especially if you're a spiritual businesswoman, like, let's let the money roll in. Let's let the clients be attracted to you and magnetized to you, because your energy is so clear. And if you're a mom, let's let the checks just arrive in the mail out of nowhere for no reason and be like, yes, abundance. But, if you are not happy where you are right now, no amount of money is going to fix that. So this is what Soulful is all about. It's not just about money in the bank, because yes, that is super fantastic, but it's about that present energy of gratitude and fun and playfulness. And so that higher perspective of the bigger picture. And it says, seize opportunities courageously. Take that action, move through that fear, and one step at a time. That's what I was saying, right? One step at a time. And then the other card is the Camel. Now, if you were drawn to this card, it's good, because I feel like some of you that were drawn to this card are maybe a little bit like, go, 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 go. Like action, 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 action. And this card actually says, be forbearing and patient. So this is also part of what I teach and what soulful means, where you're trusting, you're in the flow, you know when to rest, you know when to relax, you know when to have boundaries, right? Book number 3, anybody? Yes. You know when to say no. And you trust that by saying no, you're leaving room for the other yeses in your life that are more important. Super key. And the bottom card is the guinea pig, this beautiful little guinea pig. And look at the light coming from the heart chakra of this little guinea pig. And I guess guinea pigs represent illumination and light, because it says, do your part to illuminate the universe. And this is what I want to finish with for this video. You are here for a reason. You know this. And imposter syndrome is just your ego and that fear inside that's afraid of doing something new, of pushing out of your comfort zone, of healing those patterns, because it's uncomfortable. It's not the most fun work, but if you work with a coach, if you work with a spiritual healer like me, it can be a lot easier to bridge that gap from feeling not enough to soulful and content. So message me if you have any questions about that event, October 16th. I'm so excited to get back to it with you guys. I'll see most of you there, and I'll see most of you here for my next video in the middle of October. Namaste, guys. Lots of love.